All right, ladies and gentlemen, so now it's time to do a follow-up video on the localization issue, the one that I told you I was going to do. In this particular video, we're going to go over the fact that a recent Japanese publisher has decided that no more. English localizers are so terrible that they're going to focus now on using AI translations for their light novels, which honestly is incredible to me because as a localizer, you had one job, right? You had one very easy job, and that job was to faithfully translate the content that you're getting from Japanese to English, right? Obviously, idioms aside and all the jokes and whatnot, translate it faithfully and give the fans what they want. But no, you couldn't help yourself. You had to be an activist. Well, guess what? As being an activist has now landed you less opportunities because these publishers now have other means to not even utilize you.
You can't keep getting away with it!
So we have an article here from Bounding Into Comics with a headline that reads, English localizers are furious over Japanese publisher Shogakukan's decision to use AI translations for light novels. They don't care about the works that they're ruining. Now, for those of you who might be new to the manga scene or whatever the case may be, a light novel is essentially literally just like a regular book that is focused on a particular manga story, right? So it's not going to have pictures or anything like that. It's literally just going to be a book. That's why they call it light novels. And when it's translated, it reads from left to right, whereas mangas read from right to left, obviously. So that's the main difference between light novels and your standard manga, but they all go hand in hand. Like I have a few light novels from Tokyo Ghoul. There's 3 of them. So, you know, it just goes hand in hand with the main manga story. It's like either a prequel or maybe it gives you some extra context of a character or maybe it's a sequel. It just depends, right? So in any case, they are now using it to do their light novels because they realize that AI is just better than English translators, which is fucking sad. So let's get into this article from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says a large number of English language localizers are unhappy with Japanese publisher Shogakukan's decision to use AI translation technology to localize a number of their light novel offerings for international readers. No, listen. I don't know. I highly doubt that Shogakukan is going to even see this video, okay? But if by some miracle that you do, please do not listen to the English translators and please continue to use AI and master it, okay? Master it to ensure that it gives a proper translation with as minimal errors or no errors as possible and just focus on that. Focus your money and focus your efforts on mastering the AI and making sure that it's top notch. You don't need to pay these losers to translate your content and ruin the potential fan base that you can have because they decided to make every character trans. Like, let's be real here. Set to launch in North America and Canada sometime near the end of 2024, Shogakukan's newly announced light novel app Novelist will offer users access to the publisher's wide library of light novel offerings, including Too Many Losing Heroines. I don't know how to say this is a crazy name. Holy shit, I'm not saying that. And Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Oh, they're going to put Frieren. That's good. Prequel novel, Frieren the Novel Prelude. Yeah, I need to get this manga, by the way. Brandon, the anime guy, keeps telling me to get it, and I just haven't gotten it yet. According to the publisher, Novelist will see more than 400 titles added to his library over the next 2 years. That's awesome. And in order to meet this ambitious quota, Shogakukan has decided to use the Mantra AI translation engine to help localize their books. Hell yeah, let's fucking go. Developed by Japanese tech startup Mantraco for use on manga and webtoons, rather than just providing a literal translation of words like Google Translate or DeepL, the company's eponymous engine takes story, dialogue, and panel context into account to produce more accurate localizations. This is what I want to see. Hell fucking yes. We do not need these losers to affect manga and anime. We do not need it. Gatekeep them the hell out of it. They are not here in good faith. They're not here because they enjoy the content. They damn sure are not here because they're fans of the manga they're working on. They are here to push a message in something that they cannot themselves write or create. They want to corrupt something that's already been created. Shout out to J.R.R. Tolkien for that comment. Let's be real here. That is exactly what they want to do. So I am enjoying the notion of the fact that AI could potentially do this. And I love it, man. I'm all for this shit. From there, the localization is passed off to human editors within Mantra Code for a final review before ultimately being passed off to the source material's publisher. Interestingly, despite full documentation regarding Mantra Code's localization process being easily accessible, popular anime and manga news accounts such as Manga Alerts omitted the startup company's human element, thus resulting in Western critics near universally misinterpreting this announcement as confirmation that the publisher would only be using machine translation for their app. Well, listen, as long as the people who are there are not some pink-haired psychopaths who are the ones checking it, human translators, I'm okay with it, right? As long as it's human Japanese translators that maybe speak English, I'm okay with that. Let's rock with that. We don't need pink-haired anime fucking fake white, we don't need it. We just don't need it. We don't need these psychos. To this end, instead of responding to the impending AI threat by improving the quality of their localizations, well, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to screech first. They're going to yell first. They're going to cry first before doing anything like that. They don't actually want to improve their work. They want to improve their philosophy. They want to improve all that other nonsense. A large number of Western-based Japanese to English localizers, many of whom have themselves boasted about having deliberately inserted their own politics and memes into the works they were responsible for, instead focus their energy on raging against Shogo Kukan's decision to replace them with AI. When there are errors in the front and center marketing, I dread to think of what the bulk of it's going to turn out like. Infinite Denogram and Rant X Showdown localizer Andrew Hodgson proclaimed, I talked about this guy before, he's a fucking psycho. This is what disrespect for the medium and your audience looks like. No. Not at all. Not at all. You know what's crazy? It's amazing that the person who disrespects the medium and the audience all the time with their localizations is the one that's trying to say that the company is disrespecting the medium and the audience by using AI. It is not the company's fault that you guys are mistranslating everything purposefully. It is not the company's fault. You guys are the ones doing this. You could have had a good relationship with these studios, but because you wanted to be ideological psychopaths, you ruined that. Despite multiple cases where localizers have openly boasted about deliberately and in some cases weaponizing mistranslations, Elden Ring, the Road to Erdtree letterer Greg Deng went as far to claim this is the kind of minor thing relative to the problem that MTL is inaccurate, but this kind of service is also just strictly worse than piracy. Even if you only consider the business side of things, the idea is still flawed. Just this June, Shokukukan announced that it was one of the fund providers for a Tokyo-based AI startup, Mantra, which is focused on the AI translation of Japanese manga. Stated last gender localizer Mishima Kitami, these companies know manga make money. Greed drives them for more profits in their pockets, not quality. I don't understand how they're not going for quality when they're trying to produce faithful adaptations and you guys are refusing to do that. Right? I mean, just look at what look at your profile, my girl, my guy, whatever. You're probably a guy, my guy. Like, look at your profile and tell me that they're the ones doing something wrong. Okay? You literally have they, them in your profile. You literally have support black trans liberation in your profile. And you mean to tell me that you are faithfully translating this content not through the eyes of an ideological psychopath? You really mean to tell me that? Get the fuck out of here. You're such a liar. You're such a liar. This is so obvious here at this point. It is fundamentally unfathomable to me that these corporations think it's acceptable to have stories written by humans to go through MTL. They added, MTL, that which cannot grasp the fine details of the words crafted through human endeavor. MTL of human art is a spit in all our faces. No. It's just a spit in the faces of ideological psychopaths. That's it. Because you clearly do not get the fine details of words crafted through human endeavor because you're just translating it through your own personal eyes. That's what you're doing. You're not translating it through the story through the eyes of the mangaka. That's not what you're doing. You're translating it through your own personal ideology. So now you're mad. Now you're upset about it. But at the end of the day, guess what? They're going to continue winning, and you just lost a potential job. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.